How are you?
Very few people call me Raymond.
Is that your mum, right?
Yes.
When she's cross with you.
No, well, my dad's name is Ray, so just to distinguish between the two of us, I got the full title and my dad gets the abbreviated Ray. So there you go. Cool. Now, you're going to sing for us, then we're going to have a chat, then you're going to sing for us. And then we'll all go home, have lunch. Great. Exactly. Okay, so Very Far From Home is a song from How About I Be Me and You Be You, and you're accompanied by John McLaughlin there. Morning, John.
Morning, Ray.
Whenever you're ready. Sinead?
Okay, and I'd like to dedicate this song to my beautiful friend whose nickname is Red X, with lots of love. I don't know where I go. When I go, I only know it's very far from home. And I don't know where you are. Either, but I know you're very far from home. I long for you, I say you in my dreams so clearly. But when I wake up, I'm alone and I don't know where you've gone. But I know it's very far from home. No one knows where I go. When I go, oh, they don't know. I'm so far from home, and it's my fault that you got lost. Oh, let me create something other than trouble. Oh, let me find you. Let me mind you, even if it has to be very far from home. I long for you, I say you in my dreams so clearly. But when I wake up, I'm alone and I don't know where you've gone. But I know, oh, you're very far from home. Very far from home. Very far from home. Very far from home. Messed up the chorus. Sorry, my life.
No, I didn't notice it. It sounded beautiful to me.
Should I rack up the ending?
Take off your guitar now and come in to me, please. Sinead Evan Rocks from A Happy Aoife. And go, Sinead, that song so peaceful and lovely. And Jesus Christ, what a voice. Haunting, sweet. Love it. Triple T in Galway. And I love Sinead. She's amazing. One of Ireland's most beautiful women. I also hope she's feeling well now.
You like E.T.
Are you not comfortable with the beautiful thing?
Well, I just don't agree necessarily.
Come on.
Barry Egan's always telling me I look like E.T. And in fact, a while ago, a long time ago, I had a date with a fella told me I look like E.T. It was quite depressing. Yes.
But you're one of the naturally beautiful. Not many women can wear a shaved head and still look good.
Well, maybe it's lucky for me your eyes are gone. Maybe it's lucky for me your eyes are gone.
Only my reading eyes.
I fail to agree.
Only my reading eyes are going. Now, we played a song earlier on, a reggae song from you. How About I Be Me and You Be You, which is the name of the album, but strangely that song isn't on the album. So what's
the thing was that I recorded the song with this friend of mine called Kamar McGregor from Jamaica, but we recorded it slightly too late for it to make it onto the album. But it's weird actually, because it came out before the album did, because in Jamaica they're fantastic. That you make a record in Jamaica, it's out in 2 days. Literally, it's fantastic. So that over here, like, you got to give a record company maybe 5 or 6 months. You got to give them all the parts before they can get it together, you know. So anyway, even though it was made too late for the record, I took the title of the album out from this song, but the song was actually before that got a smash hit all over Jamaica. So Kamar is coming over next week. We're going to make about 14 tracks together.
Oh yeah,
so
reggae.
We're just going to keep doing a lifetime of work together, because we write really well together, you know.
So the album, How About I Be Me and You Be You, great. A lot of people are saying, the critics are saying it's returned to form.
Right.
Do you see it like that, or what way do you see it?
Well, you know, it's why the chocolate and vanilla, my favourite album that I've ever made, just personally, is Theology, and it's in fact the one that gets slagged off the most, you know, obviously because of the subject matter, and it's quite bare. And my favourite version of it is the acoustic and voice, but to me, those are my favourite songs I've ever written, you know, so I love Theology.
You know, you're celebrating sort of 25 years.
It's actually 31 years. I made my first record when I was 14 for Into Anua. I wrote Into Anua's first single, and so that was my first record.
And your first album was 25 years ago?
Yes, but I've been in the business for professionally earning money anyway for not very much.
31 years.
31 years. But I was busking before that. I suppose I was making money before that, though.
And you're celebrating another anniversary this weekend with the 50 years of the Late Late Show.
Yes, can't wait for that.
Can you tell us what you're going to do, or
Nothing Compares? Yeah, they requested Nothing Compares because Gabo loves it. I think the thing is, isn't it mad to think that in the 50 years there's only been 3 presenters? Yeah. Isn't that crazy? But I think each presenter gets to choose kind of, you know, their favourite people or favourite scandals or favourite songs or whatever. I don't know if the lesbian nuns are going to be on. Are they dead? I don't know. Who knows? Are you alive? Ring us.
So Gabo requested that you do Nothing Compares to You. And what way are you doing it?
There's an orchestra, I believe. It's going to be a hard work for them this week at the Late Late, because like every blooming artist in town is on, and there's like 3 days of rehearsals, and I believe, I could be wrong, that there's an orchestra. Yeah.
So you sang that at the Barrettstown gig there in the Olympia a while back, and it just stopped everybody in their tracks.
Because we were talking about Trayvon Martin. I sort of changed it slightly and dedicated it to Trayvon Martin, you know.
Yeah. What is you say Theology is your favourite album, but what would be your favourite song?
My favourite song that I ever wrote in my life is on Theology, and Theology is a double record. It's the same songs, but one is just acoustic guitar voice, the other is what do you call it, full band. But my favourite song is the acoustic version on the Dublin sessions. It's called Of Psalm 33, which you can get on my site. It's the only song on my site because it's my favourite song. So,
speaking of sort of sites and all that, you're not on Twitter anymore.
Oh, I am.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
We looked for you this morning.
How will I go? Oh, well, I'm there as Sinead O'Connor 16.
Right.
I love Twitter. Yeah, I come and go. I love it. Yeah.
And you say there was a big announcement there at the end of April that you retired from music. And where are you at now?
Well, look, the thing was, I was really, really sick. I have this illness. I have 2 illnesses. One is bipolar disorder. The other is post-traumatic stress disorder. And there had been confusion amongst doctors for about a year here as to what the story was and what meds I should be on or shouldn't. I was taken off meds, and I actually got very, very sick over the course of the year. And I suppose the short version is I just became very, very ill when I was on tour. And what happened was I saw a new doctor in the UK. He started me on a med which unfortunately rarely can cause doubling of your symptoms. Okay. And then when I rang in the middle of tour, doctor, I went, well, what'll I do? He said double it, because he hadn't clicked it was the allergic reaction. Okay. So when I doubled it, of course, I was really
quadrupled that means it quadrupled the initial symptoms.
Yes, and bipolar disorder is quite a serious illness, and one of of the major symptoms of it is this dreadful compulsion to suicide, actually, so like I had to really come home, do you know what I mean? But in saying that, I was quite disillusioned with the music business and the whole lot of shit that was going on, to be honest. But my feeling in my madness at the time was I never wanted to do the music business ever again, do you know what I mean? Because I was just so worn out. But of course, realities I do, but I have to work within the limits of the illnesses I have, so I can't go on tour for like 7 days a week or months out of the year or whatever. So,
and in fishing around for answers, which you've been doing for a lot of your life, have you spoken to, say, for example, the young man Ivor Brown? Do you know him?
I tend to, my philosophy now, I found it quite difficult in this country that being me meant it was very hard for doctors to just treat me like an ordinary patient. Either they'd be overawed because it was me, or they wouldn't like something I stood for. They'd give out to me about whatever was in the paper about me, instead of just talking to me about my symptoms. So what I do now is I have a doctor in the UK. I go to the UK for treatment. And I find that because this guy has no idea who I am, he couldn't give a toss.
Yeah, I would imagine Dr. Ivor Brown wouldn't give a toss about who you are either.
I'd be very surprised, but I can't discuss on here. Ivor Brown did something quite disgraceful.
Right, well, we won't discuss it then.
I've left him alone because he's too old to take him to court. But I would if I could.
She should have kicked him in the nutsack. That's the person who called you E.T.
Ivor Brown. I should have kicked him.
Not Ivor Brown, no. What was your man's name? Barry Egan. To Sinead from her old nanny Shelley, please say hello for me.
Oh, Shelley!
Yes,
I'll send you a reference later. I'm sorry, I forgot. I'll send it to you later. Text me again, I'll remember.
Isn't Ireland great for that sort of thing?
Yeah.
I saw Sinead for the first time.
Shelley's in England listening. This is Shelley. My friend lives in London.
Yeah,
she used to be my nanny. She lives in London.
She doesn't say where she is.
She's listening in London online, obviously.
Yeah. I saw Sinead for the first time at the Olympia at Christmas. She was amazing. I wish her all the luck in the world. She's an amazing talent, says Susan. And asked Sinead if she would consider doing Eurovision next year for Ireland. I'll just say I
throw his eyes up down. No, I fancy having a career, for the rest of my life. It's really a career stopper, isn't it? The Late Late. Not the Late Late. Oh my God! Maybe we'll.
There's a Freudian slip.
What do you call it? Yeah, the Eurovision.
Yeah, well, I suppose ABBA have been the notable exception to that.
I've been asked actually a bunch of years in a row, and I thought lately, Jesus, maybe there's a possibility if you just stood in your jeans and your t-shirt and you wrote a great song that you could bring it back to great songs. That it's not about performance and glitz and how. Yeah. So much of showbiz now is about the performance. How the show looks, all these acrobatic dancing and bloody. Nobody just stands there in a jeans and t-shirt and moves anyone anymore.
Well, what I'm hearing from you there is that the door isn't completely shut. That if RTE made the right proposition to you, you might consider it.
Oh well, look, I'm back working. That's why I'm here. Do you know what I mean? And I'm doing the Late Late on Friday. I'm also doing an RTE special. It's just that I couldn't find time to get well because the tour was scheduled so heavily. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I wasn't consulted kind of about that. And so I've had kind of time to get well, and we're going to wind things up again around September to start doing shows and stuff.
Promote the album.
I'm doing bits of work during the summer. I'm doing a Curtis Mayfield tribute at the Lincoln Center in New York on the 20th of July, and we're shooting. Oh my God, the most fantastic! And we're shooting this RTE special on myself on the 15th of June with a band of 4 13-year-old boys who are unbelievable from my daughter's school in Bray. Gosh, the Raheen. I'm going to rehearse with them again later.
Right.
And it's great you're having an a cappella song on the radio. Well done.
Right. When you're ready.
I would like to dedicate this to any dead people who may be present, and may it not be any of us by the end of the night. And also to my darling mother. I am stretched on your grave and will lie there forever if your hands were in mine. I'd be sure we'd not sever. My apple tree, my brightness, it's time we were together. For I smell of the earth and am worn by the weather. When my family think that I'm safe in my bed from night until until morning. I am stretched at your head, calling out to the air.